Just imagine you had the power to change the world and make it a better place through art. That is exactly what the World Reimagined exhibition was all about. And that was held outdoors in Greenwich Park, just outside the Maritime Museum in London. And although that exhibition is over now, I've got some fascinating footage which I took as I walked around between each huge globe, bigger than any of us humans. This week, I'm going to be showing you a really easy way to recreate your own little globe. You're going to need a balloon, you're going to need some newspaper, PVA glue, and old paintbrushes. You're also going to need to come with ideas as to how, if you could change things and convey a message of change, or illustrations, something bold and something that grabs people's attention. What would your world reimagined look like?
The World Reimagined is a big outdoor art project that wants to change how we think about something called the transatlantic slave trade and its far reaching effects. A long time ago, many people in Africa were taken away from their homes and brought to other places to work for free. This was incredibly unfair and unjust. It's important for us to learn about these things so that we can understand what happened in the past and make sure that injustices don't happen again. Today, the artists involved in this project envisage a world reimagined, which is all about making things fair for people of all races. Imagine huge globes covered in amazing art, like paintings, patterns, and sculpture combined. Very famous artists like Yinka Shonibari and Vashti Harrison, as well as some new younger contemporary artists, made each of these artworks, and every sculpture tells a story. Together, they want to show us the world as it is now and how it could be better, different. Each globe takes you on a journey to learn about important concepts like slavery, being free, treating people fairly, working together, and imagining futures that are different. From 2022 to 2023, the World Reimagined exhibition travelled around the UK and is still touring now, visiting 7 different cities from London to Liverpool. And this was planned to match important days like World Oceans Day and the 75th anniversary of the Windrush ship arriving in Britain. Each of these giant globes addresses different themes, like starting in Africa, understanding what it was like to be enslaved and how it still affects us today. The meticulously crafted artworks help us think about the past, the present, and what our futures could be like, because they are not set in stone. They are up to be crafted and made based on what you believe you can do. Now, one of the artists, British Nigerian Yinka Shonibari, said, "We haven't talked enough about the history of the transatlantic trade. In the UK, we celebrate the end of this trade, but we often forget about the people who were enslaved, how Britain helped start it, and the bad things it left behind. This isn't just black history, it's everybody's history." We're in a time when we need to be fair to everyone, and that means being honest about our shared history, caring about others, and trying to make a better future where everyone feels important. You don't want the next generation to be full of hate, and that's you, all of you. So, in summary, the World Reimagined exhibition teaches us about an important part of history, about the relevance of learning about shared histories so that we can understand the world better. Right now, you can still see these globes at Rhodes House in Oxford. But if you want to learn more about each of them, there's 103 of them in total, digitally, you can check them out on the World Reimagined website. It really is unforgettable. If you wish at home to have a go making your own globe, I'm going to show you a very nifty way where a stretchy balloon blown up, as we see here, tied and covered in newspaper coated with PVA glue, built up in layers, will give you a really good 3D canvas for, when dry, painting over and designing over. Important that you do use PVA glue and really building up thin layers of newspaper strips, not big thick ones, because overlaps will stick out and you want something that's quite flat on the surface of the balloon, as you can see here. And then paint over with block colour like white, and you're good to go with a plain canvas to begin. Share your creations with me, as always, through your class teacher Gmail account or share@londonsouthArtHub.org.